something is about to go down. Something's about to go down. Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, in the front row, in the back row, it's time to smash!
What is up with it to the EVO 2015 viewers?
This is Toph and Scar, and we are here at the largest Melee tournament of all time, EVO 2015.
We're about to jump into the winner side with PPMD versus Plup.
Okay, so getting here, PPMD had a pretty close encounter with both SFAT and Hugs.
PPMD, for those of you who don't know, he's like one of the 5 gods of Melee. It's almost like 6 now.
Yeah.
And he's an interesting player because he's gone kind of dark.
Right. So PP's history is as such, right? He kind of skyrocketed to brilliance like a couple years ago, and like really quickly attained the title of, well, maybe best in the world.
Yeah.
And then kind of dropped off the map. The last tournament we've actually seen him in before this was Apex 2015 in January, and then Cold, nothing until now. And he won that tournament. So he's a favorite to take this, but because we haven't seen him in so long, we don't know how he's going to perform.
Here we are.
So starting off, Plup with the grab. This is a Sheik versus Marth. This is traditionally thought of as a pretty decent matchup for Sheik, maybe slight advantage. But PP is the one Marth kind of shows us that, maybe Marth can do this. And he starts off with a really strong Ken combo.
The rule in this matchup is whoever is above the opponent is in a bad position. You're going to see both PPMD and Plup trying to throw them above and keep them up there.
Plup with some good ground movement.
PPMD playing as Marth, Plup as Sheik. Plup's a Samus player for a really long time. Recently switched to Sheik, and his tournament performance has gone way up.
I feel like he was placing 9th at majors like with Samus over and over and over, and it was just like slightly holding him back. And he was incredible, but as soon as he switched to Sheik earlier this year, he has just been playing out of his mind. So he beat Mango to make it into top 8 in winners. But he's got to take this stock right now.
Yeah.
So right there, you see him go to the top platform trying to hunt PP coming down, but PP is picking really smart choices to get back to the ground safely. And kind of the rule, too, in this matchup is that when one of the characters is off stage, it's often pretty easy to get that edge guard. Sheik has a lot of tools with her needles, so here we're going to see Plup use his needles and his back air or nair, or just climb up and edge hog him.
That was great DI from PP off that initial up air. I'm actually really surprised he didn't die off the top of the
Ooh! And that is a classic tech chase situation. When you hit the ground in Melee, in any Smash game, you can tech into direction or in place. And that's where a mix-up kind of begins, because if you know where they're going to go, or if you can react to them, you can hit them, and they're vulnerable before they can actually throw anything out. So PP reads that and hits him with a really powerful forward smash.
Oh, bad situation for Plup.
Oh my god, PP's zoning him out right now so hard.
And only gets one down throw off of that grab. Grab from Sheik is like a huge opening.
Yeah.
Getting one down throw there, that hurts. Wow, and he double jumped into the tipper. That's a stock. PPMD up 3 stocks to 1.
Yo, PPMD really looking like the Marth we know and love from Apex.
Dude, he is looking way cleaner than he did yesterday. One of the things I was worried about for PPMD is I think he's a very mental player. If he's feeling not confident, he plays pretty badly.
Yes.
And so him having a positive attitude and like having a solid mental game at this Evo is going to be really important if he has any chance of actually winning.
I totally agree with that.
Really good to see him playing comfortably. He's shown us some of his best stuff.
Oh yeah. And you know, from every angle too, like I think the community as a whole thought Sheik solidly won this 6-4 until PB came along, and PB started beating U2 King, arguably the best Sheik with Marth.
Oh, King combo!
Oh, okay, then Plup jumps out. He saved his double jump. Really important concept in Melee.
Yeah.
You don't wanna be off stage without your double jump, because often it means
that's most of your recovery. That's half of your recovery right there.
That's right. And if you're a character with a predictable up B, often it just means you're toast. Sheik and Marth both have kind of predictable up Bs.
Yeah.
And once you take their double jump off stage, you can really put on the hurt. So.
Plup rolling, but he gets the grab. See what he can do with it.
Okay, one chain grab. You can only, Sheik can chain grab Marth for a little bit, but only at really low percents. So the comboing in Melee, right, your opponent will go further the higher their percent is. So that Sheik on Marth chain grab where you grab them and throw them down and grab them again, that doesn't work for too long. Eventually, you got to start mixing in some creative combos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great edge guard by PPMD.
That was actually a sick edge hog, because if you do that, when you're on the ledge, right, you can edge hog them by just standing up ever so slowly or rolling up. And when you do that roll up, you take longer to do the edge hog. So you get onto the stage slower, but it also means you hold the edge for longer.
Yeah.
Which meant Plup, who tried to fall to the ledge, had nothing to fall to. The ledge was still occupied by PPMD, and he got edge hog and fell to his doom. He's going back to Battlefield.
That's the salty run back. It's like, dude, I just have to play better. This stage had nothing to do with it. If I play better, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, there's definitely this like culture in Melee where I think Battlefield is considered the most neutral level. So often when you come back here after you lose, because you can pick the stage to go to when you lose, it's like saying, yo, I'm just gonna outplay you. I need to just do better.
Beautiful down air, but he misses the double dip.
Saves himself with up B though. Covers his his behind.
It didn't actually get turned around into Plup's advantage.
Yeah.
But that was actually a little bit of style. PPMD going for a little bit of swagger. I think after that down air, he could have just like back aired or even like waited for a tipper or up tilt or something like that.
Yeah,
I think that double down air was a little bit of flash.
Speaking of a little bit of flash or maybe a flub, jab, not the strongest punish, but he gets the pickup, so it kind of works out. When she lands on the stage like that, that's when she's most vulnerable, and that's how Marth wants to edgeguard her. You make her land on the stage, and she's got really long recovery frames, so you can just hit her with whatever you want.
Ooh, great grab by PP. Uh-oh, no jump for Plup.
Ooh, scouting out that air dodge.
Oh, that was so sick. Forward smash hits ever so slightly below the edge of the stage, so... Oh, that's so bad for Plup.
Another missed Ken combo, but dude, every time he does that, he's racking on so much damage.
So much damage. I think Plup actually just playing a little bit slow, a little bit caught in his movement. Fluid movement in Melee is like, that's almost how I can tell if somebody's like playing well or not.
Yeah.
Movement has to do with your offense, your defense, your follow-ups, your like, even your reads. If you have a good read, you still need the movement to be able to capitalize on the read. So if somebody's not moving around the way that you usually see them, that's a bad sign.
That's right. Yo, and we did see that tweet from Plup in the morning.
Yeah, a little bit of context. Plup said that he had a controller malfunction, and whether he replaced some parts or if he's just kind of dealing with it, I don't know.
Right. He might be using someone else's controller. The reason that's a really big deal in Smash in particular, just to provide a little context, for most fighting games, directions are digital, which means you're either going to the side or you're not. Now in Smash, on a GameCube controller, all the directions are fully analog, which means you can angle your stick a little bit or a lot to the side, which causes you to run or walk depending on how hard you push the stick. So the sensitivity is a huge factor. Like having a calibrated control stick that you're used to, it's a thing, you know. So
yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, but a beautiful, beautiful edge guard by PPMD. Marth's up tilt hit slightly behind him, and that's like one of the strongest hitboxes on the move.
Yeah.
So
and it was the
Plup,
same setup, right? He made him land on the stage.
It's a classic cheek edge guard.
Yeah. That'll do it, probably. He needs to get this edge guard, though.
Oh, did 4B cut through the needles? Oh, great tech by PP, back on stage. Plup does not get the up air.
Ooh, okay, but he hunts the landing with the forward air. That's kind of what we were talking about at the beginning. He knocked Marth up into the air above and was able to hunt his landing to scout it out.
Yep. It's a little bit of a weird grab. Uh-oh, Plup with no jump.
See, that now it's PP who has Plup above him.
Did he just power shield the first needle?
The first, yeah, straight
This is
up.
like amazing versus needle defense from PPMD. And beautiful movement. Look at him dashing around on the ground. Oh my god.
Yo, the footsies.
Oh my god, PP, slow down.
Ooh. Yo, PP. He's got him off stage at 100. This is bad for Plup.
Oh, almost. That was actually the first like little micro thing that PPMD messed up. He just didn't get the turnaround grab.
Yeah.
But everything else has basically been like picture perfect. Okay, that was questionable.
Right, a little bit.
All right, PP.
Plup needs a fat punish off this. He misses the tech chase. That was a straight read, and he didn't get it. And this is looking really bad for Plup. Up B, doesn't get the strongest hit. That's a really powerful move, but the spacing on the hard hitbox is really hard to find, and PP closes it out. Up tilt off the top.
PPMD takes it 2-0 over Plup to advance to winners finals. Plup's going to go down to the losers bracket. I think that set was basically just like beautiful movement by PPMD. His neutral game was just a step above Plup the whole way. And his edge guards were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Kind of like the consistency was outrageous.
Dude, I think that's PP in a nutshell. Whenever I watch his Marth versus like almost any Sheik, especially like Mewtwo King's Sheik. I remember the first time I saw it at Zenith 2013, I believe it was. One of the Zenith tournaments. No, it was a Xanadu. They played it as Xanadu.
A Xanadu.
That's
like
right.
A local.
And right, so now some context, Mewtwo King, who is the only god of the game, not present at this tournament.
Yeah.
Known at the time as unbeatable in Sheik and Marth Dittos.
Actually, yeah.
PP goes Marth against him, and we're thinking PP, who was formerly known as a solo Falco main.
This guy's gonna get wrecked.
This guy's nuts. And we're like, whatever, it's just a local, no big deal. He just wants to screw around. And PP straight takes 2 sets to beat Mewtwo King with Marth. And
Something
which
that
we thought
nobody
was
predicted.
right. We thought that was straight impossible. So absolute monster. Okay, yeah, so looking at the bracket, right?
Yeah. So right now we have Armada versus Liquid Hungrybox. The winner of this obviously going to winners finals, and we just saw that Plup is going to play the winner of Leffen and I think it's Axe.
Yeah. Leffen and Axe, right? And then Mango has Chudat.
Yep.
So a little context.
Yeah,
these guys have been playing a lot this summer. They played at, I believe they played at CEO at Armada 1.
Did you see Hungrybox winning with that paper, by the way?
I did.
Ooh, he tossed that paper.
Straight up, dude.
Paper's so risky. I think
it's the
paper's
flimsiest.
hell risky.
It's the flimsiest, dude.
People want to start out strong. They want to start out with the rock, start out with the scissors.
Yeah.
Who wants to throw paper at the start?
That's how I know you're inexperienced at RPS, dude. We talked about this.
Dude, I know. I'm so bad at RPS.
It's all in the mind, dude.
I'm actually awful at the game.
So Armada straight up defeated Hungrybox, Foxpuff, and CEO. But then Hungrybox got the run back at What the Fox, which I believe was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, very recently.
And honestly, it was kind of nutty because HBox lost convincingly to Leffen at that tournament, but convincingly beat Armada.
Yeah.
In the same matchup. Okay, they're going into it. Looked like they had a bit of a neutral start or something.
Yeah.
I thought that was a handover.
No, I think they were just kind of dancing around, feeling each other out. I think both of these players have insane amounts of respect for the other. Hungrybox obviously aware of Armada's insane punish game. Every time you get hit by Armada, you have to be super worried.
Dude, I think in this matchup, so, right, Fox Puff, I always say it is the matchup where the percent does not matter.
Yeah.
Fox and Puff can kill each other at such low percents. Look at that. As soon as
he caught under Battlefield. Okay,
he's good. He's good. Jigglypuff with five aerial jumps. He's not going to die off the bottom like that anytime soon.
Yeah.
Fox can kill Jigglypuff off the top with up smash or up throw up air at around 60%. That is super low. Jigglypuff can kill Fox with a rest as early as like 10%.
Yeah.
Or gimp him off the side with an early percent edge guard as low as 0. So I always say, like, this is an easy matchup to make a comeback in.
Yeah. But Hungrybox, knowing that, has adopted a new strategy, and the crowd is getting super rowdy just watching. Oh, Armada!
Yo, but I always say, so we have seen players like Westballs try to camp Armada before.
Yes.
Try to take to the platforms or take to the ledge and say, you know what, you're going to have to play my game and come in. I think Armada is so good at finding little ways to beat that. We just saw that with the down tilt. He says, hey, you're gonna sit by the ledge.
He did not have a good answer for that at What the Fox.
At What the Fox, but I think he thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
And I almost think Hungrybox I think he made a mistake unveiling that trump card to Armada
Before Evo?
Before Evo, I straight up think
because it gave him time to think about
I
it.
think he screwed up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually.
I think you saved your trump card for Evo.
You have to save the trump card.
Do you know how many entrants were at What the Fox compared to Evo?
Not as many. I'll tell you.
Not
I'll tell you
really,
that.
dude.
There are 1,800 entrants to Melee in this tournament.
We're talking orders of magnitude.
Yeah, prize pool is 11K here.
Yep. That's an empty jump to grab, up throw up there.
No, first place is 11K.
Yeah. So, right.
But anyway, real
prize pool is
quick,
bigger.
I think that he may have just thought that like that strategy was unbeatable. Like he didn't even think it was a trump card. He was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna learn how to do this."
H-Box, I hope you did not
and then it's
underestimate my
over.
boy Armada like that.
He may have slept on Armada.
That is not how Melee works, my friend.
But yeah, this is like a well-known strategy. It's existed for a long time, but like no Puff has ever done it seriously besides Mewtwo King in kind of like jokey situations.
Exactly.
Puff has insane aerial mobility. Toph talks about it a lot and really intelligently and like.
So we talked about it a little bit yesterday during semis. Basically, he can't use the strategy anymore. It basically relies on the fact that, if the game goes to time, whoever has more stocks or lower percent if the stocks are tied wins. So if Hungrybox is up, he can go to the ledge and play risk-reward, right? Because Fox has answers to that situation, but if he makes one wrong move, he dies off the bottom because Puff just hits him with a back air or something and, he gets gimmed.
Oh, is that going to be...
But right now, Armada is having none of it, dude. Every time he touches him, he's just laying on the hurt.
Yeah, and that's the power of Fox, especially with insane execution like Armada. Every time he's going to get a grab, if he gets up throw up air, I mean, I think that Hungrybox got grabbed at around 50%, and that's his stock.
That is his stock. So...
One thing I will say, though, is that Hungrybox plays better at EVO than anywhere else. The way that he played yesterday versus Leffen in the same matchup, I thought was phenomenal play. And so you cannot count Hungrybox out. He has been down one stock and has made insane comebacks.
Dude, remember when everyone forgot about Hungrybox going into EVO 2013 and he straight up almost won the tournament?
Yep.
Up throw, up air.
That's it.
And Hungrybox has been missing the smash DI on the up air.
And that was the hallmark of last year's grand finals at EVO. Mango versus Hungrybox had an extremely similar kind of like set with Hungrybox, but every time he got an up throw, Hungrybox was able to smash DI out of the up air, which means that the second hit, the most powerful hit, doesn't even connect.
This is what smash DI is. I'm just going to run it by you real quick because it's a very high-level sort of thing that changes the game in a lot of matchups. So, if you are in hit lag, which means you've just been hit by a move and you're about to be sent flying, and you input a direction on your stick at the exact same time, very tight window, your character shifts and straight up goes flying significantly less in the same direction. But the shift is extra important for Fox versus Puff and Fox versus a lot of floaty characters because when you smash the first hit of that up air, you are shifted out of the way of the second hit and the kill move does not connect, which means that if Hungrybox is playing on point, up throw up air is out of the game as far as the kill move goes. It is an absolute game changer. Hungrybox
and you
missed 3 out of 3 that game. That is not what we saw at the last EVO.
No, absolutely not. I mean, that actually changed the matchup so much because every time he got up thrown, he did not get up air. It's like you need to rely on getting Puff up to like 70, 80, 90%.
That's right.
And beating her with back airs instead of this up throw up air, which is like, if you can end Puff stock at 51%, this is a different game.
It is an absolutely different game. The other way, because the other way you can kill Puff early off the top is up smash. And there are setups in up smash, but it's not like grab, you know?
It's not like grab.
Grab goes around shield. Up smash doesn't go around shield. If you shield and up smash as Puff, you can rest them out of shield.
Yeah.
And then it's Fox's stock that's gone. All right, so Dreamland, this is a very logical counter pick for Hungrybox because it's a huge stage.
Yeah, basically, counter pick stages are important in a number of ways. Number one, you can see that Dreamland is physically larger, like wider than the other stages.
Oh, whoa!
Armada trying to get out. He's probably trying to mash out.
Yeah, he's mashing out.
Forward beat, he dipped out of there. But the second really important thing about counterpick stages that is not immediately obvious is that the blast zones are actually different. The blast zones are basically the lines away from the middle of the stage where if you hit that zone, you die off the side, or you die off the bottom, or you die off the top.
Right.
Dreamland has extremely high blast zone on the top and extremely wide blast zones on the sides.
Right.
And Jigglypuff being able to basically fly back can pretty much survive anything so long as she doesn't actually touch a blast zone.
Yes. And on this stage, since they're so much further away, up smash will, instead of starting to kill around 60-ish, it'll start to kill around 80-ish. Not to mention, you know, on the flip side, see, there it is again. There's that down tilt. Armada knows.
I can't believe that he just
Yo,
figured run up down tilt.
It's so risk-free.
It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I've never seen anybody else use that move in quite this way. Hungrybox adjusting his spacing a little bit, trying
Look
not
at
to.
that.
Wow.
Look,
and it's going to kill. Next hit, it's going to kill.
Did you just look at the players? Hungrybox just gave me the naughtiest nod. He just went, yeah.
I guess I had to learn how to deal with this. Armada knows, and his spacing's so good.
What is Hungrybox now? What is the worst thing that can happen if Armada stays on the stage?
I think Armada's trying to, I think he's saying, you know, I don't care about the timer or whatever, but I'm going to slowly get these little hits and build up Armada's percent.
And that kills.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The one at like 120 almost killed, and he got a few lasers in between, so that's definitely going to do it.
Right.
And that's a big boon for Armada to know that not only do I have a move where I can like safely hit him and discourage him, but that can actually kill.
It can kill, and it's risk-free.
Yeah.
What do I, if I get hit by a forward air? Okay, cool. I mean, I took damage instead of Puff.
Right.
Then it's fine. The risk-reward is even or in Fox's favor.
But think about the buckets, so we've been talking about the buckets. Melee is a game about taking stocks, and if you have a one-stock lead, no matter how much percent you take, every percent you add on to that, like you're going to end up at the next, you know, if you're at 3 stocks, you're going to end up at 2 stocks, 0%.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Armada with an uncharacteristic missed angle on his up B.
Yeah, he wanted to go a little higher than that. But that's kind of the other interesting thing about Melee, man. This is a game where if you mess up execution-wise, you can actually just die.
Yes.
You saw that the first stock with that side B. You can kill yourself in this game, and not just
pretty easily. Yeah.
Right, pretty easily. Like not.
They're actually self-KO setups.
Yeah,
we'll talk about those
absolutely.
if they come up. You can get set up just by the game engine to just air dodge off the stage and just plummet to your death.
That's right. Yo, I'm gonna hit you with this right now.
Hit me with it.
I think the ledge cam strategy is not working out.
I don't know, man.
Now Hungrybox. Now that Hungrybox has actually gotten Armada into the corner and is like boxing him out, fighting him in the neutral.
Yeah.
That's when he starts pulling ahead. But whenever this happens, watch Armada rack damage, and then he runs up and down tilt.
So basically, Armada's putting him in this situation where, look, you can go low like you're going now, and I'm going to down tilt you, or you can jump above the ledge, and I'm going to laser you. So basically, like, he's putting pressure on Hungrybox either way.
Right.
The reason why that strategy we all thought was ultra overpowered is because this option of like just going below the stage, there was no real punish for it. And so all the pressure is on Armada, but now that he's figured out that this down tilt has a hitbox that goes slightly below the stage, he's able to put pressure on Hungrybox. Previously, I feel like nobody could do that.
Yeah.
So that's what he figured out. And that's why he's one of the top players. I mean, we talked about PPMD revolutionizing Marth Sheik. This game's been around for like 14 years.
Yeah. No, the metagames are still changing. Character matchups still change.
And the top players are the ones who really push the metagame by saying, this is a problem that players have faced for a long time, years and years, but I'm going to figure it out.
That's
I know that I can figure it out.
Or like Hungrybox, they invent new problems.
Right.
They bring new
yes.
little things to the field. There's Hungrybox. That's the power of Jigglypuff off stage. Fox has all this KO potential to just kill Jigglypuff, absolutely ruin Jigglypuff's life off the top. But when Jigglypuff gets Fox off stage, if Fox ever loses his double jump, he is absolutely toast. If Jigglypuff executes, right?
Yeah.
Which Hungrybox always will. So.
Anyway, Hungrybox up 3 stocks to 1. I don't know, man. This strategy is looking pretty good to me. Adding on 5. Oh, but he regular get-ups again. That's a mistake that he made last time, and I think every time he does it, he is going to die.
Oh, yeah.
Regular get-up when you're over 100 is very slow, very easy to react to. Whoa, great movement by Armada.
That's right. All right, Armada now had a little bit of some pressure on Hungrybox, but Hungrybox got out.
And we haven't seen any rest, but there's always the threat of missing a tech and getting jabbed into rest. I mean, rest is like a one-hit KO move, and Armada's got to think about that for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Up tilt rest, up throw rest.
Yeah.
Puff has a lot of rest setups on Fox, and they're not all like completely guaranteed. Some of them are like DI dependent, such as up throw to rest.
Right.
But that's why this is a scary matchup. Both sides are at risk of dying almost all the time.
Hungrybox safely making it back to the ledge. He's been messing around at neutral a lot more, so, you know, showing a little bit of variance to his strat. I like what he's doing right now.
I think he realizes he has to.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think that right now he's saying like, all right, well, I just don't feel like getting hit by lasers. That's like the.
He's already he's already at kill percent.
Yeah, he's taking tons and tons of damage. I think like he might have been better off just kind of like engaging with Armada. I don't know, man. He may just feel like if I try to just play him at neutral, Armada's gonna win. He may just feel like Armada's got his number in that sense.
Yeah, he probably he might be wanting to just frustrate him, ice him out a little bit.
Hopefully Hungrybox has thought about this and is playing to his own strengths. But Armada doing a great job putting pressure on Hungrybox the whole time. And even though he was down 3 stocks to 1,
that's right.
We got a Jigglypuff at 91%. Jab up smash is going to KO.
The crowd is not booing. The crowd is not a fan of Hungrybox's play right now.
Ooh, just goes for the raw up smash.
Doesn't get punished for it.
Showing a little bit of impatience. I think that he sees that there's only a minute left.
Yeah, Hungrybox is actually trying to time him out right now. And you know, if there's a stage to do it, it's Dreamland.
Oh, back air!
Doesn't KO.
Great
Yeah,
TI by
that would have definitely KO'd on any other stage.
Yeah,
right?
that's so exactly. The blast zones are farther away from the side of the stage, and so like if the blast zone was closer, then Pup may have touched it, and as soon as you touch it, your stock's gone.
Right.
He just went for it. Armada just went for it, dude.
He actually just scouts it out and kicks Hungrybox in the middle of his aerial trajectory.
Oh, that's it.
That should be the game. No, Armada's making it back.
No! Ooh! Armada with no punish there.
Yeah.
Now he just needs to add on damage. I mean, this is in melee, it's percent that matters, and he's at 105. I feel like he can kill Pup before getting her to 105.
Yeah, definitely. The Armada chant is out in full force, but he's only got 30 seconds to work with.
Yeah.
He has to make this happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it can be done.
That
I feel like Hungrybox could just jump off and start forward being.
Yeah. The timeout is very much in effect right now. Ooh,
good stuff by Hungrybox.
That's right.
I think he's okay. He's content to just like run away. And even if he got killed off the top, it's possible that it would be too long.
Right.
The animation would
be too long. Yeah. GG. GG. That is a well-played timeout from Hungrybox.
And Armada, we didn't get to see it, but in the in the sudden death, Armada just ran at him and kicked him. That does not count.
Right.
See, Fox won. He did not actually win.
Yeah.
By the community rules, percent is what determines the winner or the loser. I don't know if you can hear this in my headset, but like listen to the crowd.
Yo, the crowd is not happy. Hungrybox says, "What are you gonna do?"
Let's listen to this. It's just like a dark, kind of like.
Yeah. Yo, look at Hungrybox.
Hungrybox is a stone cold killer.
Do you see his face? Is that the face of a man who cares what the
he
crowd
is
has to
saying, please
think?
boo me. Do you see how I won that game? Do you see that it's 1-1 right now?
Yeah.
Please boo me. And Armada also, I mean, the picture of stoicism.
I don't think Armada cares. I think Armada's going to take him to FD or Stadium, and I think he's going to... I think in his mind, he is about to end this next match in a minute and a half.
Toph, you talked about this yesterday, and I thought that it was an astute observation, especially in this matchup. Game 1 matters so much because you saw how different. You might be thinking about his counterpick, his counterpick character. Anyway, real quick, you might have noticed like how different Game 1 was from Game 2 on Dreamland. Similarly, Fox has incredible counterpick stages, and so winning Game 1 puts you ahead in the counterpick war.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you're not changing characters, stage is incredibly important.
Right. I'm just going to break it down. This is how this set usually goes with these two characters. You have Fox and Puff. Fox likes FD and Stadium and kind of Yoshi's. Puff likes FOD and Dreamland, the big stages with big blast zones, and FOD is kind of awkward platforms for Fox. So you will almost always strike to Battlefield, which is what we saw.
Yeah, that's Game 1.
That's Game 1. Yeah. Now, whoever wins that is sitting pretty. Fox will go to either Final Destination or Pokemon Stadium, depending on the ban. Hungrybox, or Jigglypuff, sorry, will go to Dreamland or Fountain of Dreams. So now that Game 3 is Armada's counterpick.
Looks like the cursor's over FD.
Yeah, so
we're going into it.
Almost certainly at a Pokemon Stadium ban, which makes a lot of sense. Fox has a ton of room to move around, but he doesn't have the platforms for Tech Chase rest setups. He doesn't have the huge blast zones of Dreamland. And the combos actually just flow here for Fox. Watch, if he gets a Nair at around 10, that...
Yeah, up tilt is so powerful.
Up tilt into almost anything, Nair into almost anything, Nair into up tilt into more. And Puff doesn't get a whole lot, honestly. Yeah. If Armada plays towards the center of the stage, it is not easy for Jigglypuff to get those low percent kills.
So this matchup, I mean, I've heard that on this stage it's as bad as 7-3. And despite that, Hungrybox had to play Leffen on this stage yesterday, and I believe that he was able to beat him here.
Yeah.
And so, all that to say, like, if this is not undoable, Leffen also like a top tier Fox. So Hungrybox can do this, but this is very, very difficult, and he's gonna have to play amazing.
And you can see like how this stock has gone. Look at the percents, right? Armada is just like, yo.
Dude, Armada's basically doing, wow, just run up smash.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Just do it. Tell him how you feel.
This is almost the
Nope.
That up tilt is so big, it leads to a potential rest setup.
Yeah. And a little bit higher of a percent, that might be a dead Fox.
Yeah.
And if there are platforms, that might be a dead Fox, because then Fox has to land on the platform, but on FD, you're good.
No platforms, baby. That's actually so funny. We always talk about how FD is basically the map where every punish, great smash DI.
FD is real life.
Great smash
FD is real life,
it is
dude.
real life.
FD is, you don't get a second chance in real life. There are no platforms to help you come down. When you get tossed up in real life, tell me, are there platforms in real life? I ain't never seen no platforms.
You're right, Toph.
This is the stage where when you get knocked into a combo at this stage, they go and go and go.
However, interestingly, Pup seems to be like one character where sometimes we talk about it and it's like, yeah, I guess she has some fewer options, punish-wise.
On FD?
Yeah.
Yeah. FD, I mean, honestly.
But for every other character,
I think Pup is
like,
a very unconventional character in that respect.
Exactly.
And you see it too. A lot of the other top tiers are very ground-based. You know, they like to stand the ground and dash dance as their primary mobility tool. Puff likes to weave in and out of the air. It's almost like an aerial dash dance.
Yeah.
So you're playing footsies, but you're in the air the whole time. And I think a lot of character mains that don't play Puff just look different and think about the game different.
Yeah. One thing that you see from Armada is he's just weaving in and out on the ground, looking for a jab. Jab's like,
why.
there it was right there.
That is exactly why. Jab at that percent will lead to back air.
It's basically a launcher. It's basically like a true launcher in this game once you hit a certain percent.
On Puff.
Yeah.
On float, on light
Puff,
characters.
Peach.
Yeah, Puff, Peach, yeah, floaties. You won't see a Fox for that against a heavy or a fast caller like another Fox or a Falco or Captain Falcon. But against Puff at lower percents, that'll lead into an up smash, and at higher percents, a back air.
So we're definitely taking our time in this set, but neither of these players in any rush whatsoever. And Armada's had to lead this entire game. I think that
I think he's playing the laser game phenomenally. Watch how he runs away in lasers, but he doesn't put himself in the corner. He doesn't back himself up and like put himself in a bad spot, because you need to run, you need to walk yourself in the corner to shoot projectiles, but you also need to know when to come back in and meet them in the middle.
And there that was. That's exactly what you're talking about. He's shooting some lasers, but then almost off cue, he does it again. One series of laser, run in up smash. And it's just like, most of the time when we've seen Foxes use this strategy, they've actually just full-on committed to it, run to the literal other side of the stage, shoot lasers until Puff gets close enough, try to get it to the other side of the stage and shoot some more lasers.
Right, and what invariably ends up happening with
is that it?
That's not it, not quite yet. What happens with Hungrybox is he boxes them in, and he uses the spacing to just, put them in the Venus flytrap, right? But Armada is not having it.
He's not. And also, he's just like, seemingly randomly, throwing out just a run towards Hungrybox up smash. So Hungrybox can't just say, yeah, I'm pretty sure what he's going to do is keep shooting lasers. Because Armada has demonstrated that's not what he's going to do.
That's right.
Armada with the jab, full jump up air, reads that Hungrybox is going to jump away.
And Hungrybox ends up jumping right into Armada's kill move, and that is 2-1 for Armada.
Clean two-stock from Armada.
Okay, so what? Hungrybox is going to losers, and he's going to fight
Mango or Shoot At. So that was the winner side of the bracket. We're going to head down to the loser.